is
Look
it?
at her cleavage.
Yeah, yeah, it's massive. Her personality as well.
Oh, I don't care about that. Just show the cleavage.
Yeah,
Just,
press Z.
I can't zoom.
Said.
Oh, yes. Now that's cleavage. I'm staying here. I'm not moving. Screw
Okay,
you guys.
I just keep on. You left the cleavage.
I had to. Mate,
You always
use a
have to let the best one slip.
This coming from the person who lets the nurse go.
Well, I pay for it.
That's true. Hey, I paid for the game. Technically, that still counts.
I paid for the game, I enjoy it however I damn please.
Damn right.
That's what Dead or Alive players are saying as well. Great games, but goddamn they're pervy.
Yeah, but so worth it.
I am a huge fan of fighting games. I played Tekken games for like almost all my life. Also like Street Fighters and stuff like that. And like in consideration of fighting games, Dead or Alive is probably like fairly high up in like quality, especially for the 3D games. The fighting system is really good, but you can never get over the fact that they put so much effort in you being able to watch up their skirts and stuff like that.
That's what I like from a game.
A good game always let you get those sneaky skirt shots.
When you've got the detail just right for it, that's when you know you've hit the jack.
Yeah, like Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, Bayonetta, yeah.
But that one is actually quite funny because the like SJW community tried to like not take the game down, but they tried to shame the game for like its character and how it was sexist and it was like demeaning to women, blah 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 blah. You know, the usual. The creator of Bayonetta is a female.
Oh wow.
One character I think has gotten like really weird is Lara Croft. Because she seems to be back and forth. Sometimes she's super forward-thinking, like feminist thing, and sometimes she's basically just a porn star in disguise.
Yeah, they haven't really got the fine-tuning with her yet, have they?
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest problems is that she's been around for so long, so they've been able to change her that many times.
Yeah.
And also, I think the original creators of Lara Croft actually abandoned the game. Some of the games on PlayStation 2 was supposed to be the last one, but the publishers didn't want it. So it was like, more games! And then
more boobs!
More square boobies. No, they were triangular. I'm sorry. Could fucking poke an eye.
Yeah, they were.
Twice the size for half the price. Those boobies were definitely quantity over quality.
Well, I always enjoyed doing the glitch on Lara Croft 2, where you managed to basically glitch onto the roof, and then I used to swan dive on the butler, and every now and again the butler would just fart.
Fart?
Yeah, so you could
oh yeah,
dive
yeah,
on
the Igor guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking scary, dude. Did you ever try to lock him in the fridge?
I did try,
because the
but then he just comes out anywhere.
But I managed to do it once. You gotta like backflip over him and stuff like that because he's so slow at turning. Terrifying, dude. Igor. That's weird to say in Swedish or in English for me.
What, Igor?
Yeah.
Isn't it pronounced Igor?
Yes, but the name is so different in the pronunciations. It's just awkward for me. The fuck, now I don't remember where Frankenstein's monster comes from.
Oh crap, yeah.
But wait, isn't... No, he's not in Transylvania like the doctor in the book.
No, Transylvania was Dracula.
Yeah, it's the only vampires, yeah. It's just, it's got so skewed these days because everything is supposed to be... if it's scary, it's supposed to be in Transylvania now. So everything gets mixed in there now. Like, just look at Castlevania, it's a perfect example. like
yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I like the 3 first ones were superb. The 4th one was good as well. Never really played the ones on Sega. I played...
They weren't bad.
No, I've heard good things of them. I just never played them. I don't like the 64 games. Oh god, they were bad.
There's only a few 64 games I actually really enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm actually agreeing with you there. Because the 3D on Nintendo 64 was too awkward for me. Like
I enjoyed it because it was revolutionary.
Yeah, well, for the time. Well, you gotta remember, I was too young by then, so it wasn't really...
True.
I think when I started playing 64, PlayStation 2 was already out.
So you had that part. See, for me, I started off with the Atari, so that was just dots on a screen.
Jesus Christ. My first console that I ever got was a Super Nintendo, but it was like a hand-me-down from my aunt.
Oh, I did love that console.
Oh yeah, it's great. I still have it. I've gotten a lot of my games stolen though, sadly.
Oh really?
Yeah, I had Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, 3, which first of all are real expensive games, which is the first sad part.
Yeah, but Donkey Kong Country, because I had Donkey Kong Country 2, and that was amazing. I love that game.
All of them are great. Like, I think all of the Donkey Kong Country games are among the best on Super Nintendo. Then, of course, I still have Super Mario All-Stars.
Oh, nice, yeah.
That one's really good. It's
a true classic.
That together with Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, that was like the 2 first games we ever had. I was privileged to 2 really good fucking games to start with. Then I have some random games that I don't remember, like one pilot game, like
wasn't the Fox 64 or something?
No. For Super Nintendo. For Super Nintendo.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I don't remember what it was called. It's just it was normal. It was a normal ass flying game. It was super boring. It was like an early flying simulator, but like for Super Nintendo. So it was probably pretty fucking bad even for its time, since computer simulation games already existed.
Yeah, I remember they went through like sim games, didn't they? Like Simcopter and...
Oh, I had Sim Ants!
Sim Ants, yeah.
Fucking horrible game. Jesus, it was bad.
And yet you still play it.
Yeah. Of course I did. First of all, I was really small, so I had no judgment of if it was good or not. It's just now, in like hindsight, I can look back and like, wow, what a waste of fucking time that game is.
Yeah, so not worth it.
What do you have more? I got some like weird, like Super Bunk, which is this super weird game where you play as a big-headed bald kid, and he eats candy and like becomes like an angry chicken and stuff like that. It's super weird.
Okay, I have no idea what that one is.
I've never heard of it until I found it, and it's so much fun. Just because it's so random. Like, it doesn't really have like maps. It just goes back and forth, and you just do things. And like the first boss is like this big crab that just go back and forth and pinches, and you gotta headbutt him by jumping on his head and then falling back down, but on your head. And then just basically.
That sounds ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
I've got to headbutt a crab.
Yeah, I'm gonna headbutt a giant crab to death. And then, of course, I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time.
Yeah, which is brilliant anyway.
Oh, it's one of the best fucking arcade games ever, I think. One thing is quite funny. Like, I worked as a retro technician before.
Which is a cool job in itself.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope. Not good pay, at least not from my place, but it was fun. When I did, I got like a lot of good deals. There was a lot of things that came in. The store worked like old retro things works like they are broken most of the time. So most times stores buy a bunch of it. Like they buy a pack of like 10 PlayStation 2s. And then there's like no guarantee on any of them working, and they just buy 10 of them super cheap. So the person who sells this won't probably be able to sell them all, and he will definitely not be able to sell them all because he gotta put down work and like look through if all of them work and stuff like that. But by doing this, the people often just have to bunch them up and like, oh, 10 PlayStation 2s for like £100 or something. Sometimes they came in like mystery packs, like they didn't know what they had. So they were like gaming like stuff, they basically usually said. And they came in like this big fucking box of just things. And sometimes we got like fax machines and like, this is not gaming.
It could be if you send a really funny fax to someone.
Well, sure. Prank call with my fax machine.
Yeah, prank call with a fax machine. Now that's what everyone should.
Yeah. Well, if you ever called, like, actual phone called to a fax machine, that's the weirdest sounds ever.
Wasn't it like the old dial-up sound?
Yeah, it's basically, it's not the same, but it's the same kind of thing, where it's just random pitch noises and tones happening. Yeah, so we got these boxes, and I actually got, sadly, a European one, but we got an Atari 2600 from that.
Damn, nice.
And my boss didn't want it because it was too old. He didn't think it would sell at all. So he didn't want to put down the money on getting it like fixed up enough to get it to sell. So I took it and paid, I think I paid like £5 or something for it. So I have a 2600 that I sadly haven't gotten to work yet. Mostly because it was a long time since I put down work in it. But I gotten it to work so far that I know it's not broken. It's just some.
Okay.
It's just some.
So it's like a component or something.
Yeah, I think it's the screen department that's broken in some way. It had water damage in the beginning, so I was quite scared that it would be totally broken. but it seemed to be fine from most of the water damage seems to be superficial. Didn't have the time and the care to test it out. Because it's a lot of work. It's really hard to work with those old things. Especially now that I don't work for that place anymore, because there's a lot of equipment you need. Especially for trying out, like, is this the issue? Then you need, like, special cords and stuff can connect in the right way and stuff like that. Because when you try electricity and you try connection with those older ones, you need to have both metal and copper. And I even had one cord that was gold that was supposed to work with almost everything.
But it didn't.
Well, I never got to try it out because
That's a shame.
I got laid off the work. I don't want to say fired because they just didn't have money enough to have me around.
Yeah. So laid off.
They couldn't pay anymore for an extra employee. And we had 2 people on sale and then my boss and me. Which I could take the sale part, but I guess I just were the easiest to take away from the equation.
Yeah, it's a shame because that actually does sound like a really cool job.
It was fun. I talked about everything now, it feels like.
Yeah, you pretty much, including your life story, the nurse with your bum hole.
Yeah.
And
it's quite nice actually having your like butt massaged with creams and stuff like that.
you know what? I'm glad you like it. I will leave that to you.
Well, it's quite awkward to go in front of a person and basically like, I'm just gonna take off my pants, then put my ass in the weather so you can touch it all around, okay? It's really awkward coming to that stage, but like, I could probably, if I don't take my antibiotics and just leave this as it is, I can die from this. Like, I can get a high enough fever to die from this, so...
Yeah, not worth it.
No, I will just sell out my ass instead. It's cheaper.
Here's my ass. Do with it what you will.
You don't have to be so dramatic. It's just a treatment. Like, take me. Take me.
Take my ass. Please, just take it.
Just don't let me die. The most awkward part about it is that I'm gonna have a new nurse tomorrow.
Oh dear God, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, fucking hopefully she...
Take your video camera and record it.
My first time with new nurse, she gonna touch my ass.
Funky's ass, fully what?
Yeah, Funky's ass vlog.
Now that's a thing.
If poop offends you, you need to get your fucking life sorted out.
If poop offends me, something's really wrong.
Yeah.
I've never taken a shit in 20 years.
Well, that's
so
I actually feel for you in that case. Just imagine the fucking brick you have brewing inside of you.
Mate, imagine the size that you would be.
So
oh my God, this game's racist.
Why?
It's dropped a spade. It's a derogatory term for a black person.
Ah, I've never heard of it.
Google it, but do like a spade race.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll just come up with gardening products.
Yeah, it's just shovels. A shovel with a tip. Oh, my feeties are hurting. Ah.
Yeah, I thought we'd be done by now.
Well, 15:55. So we've been playing for like over 2 hours now.
Jesus.
Well, to be fair, we are fairly close, and then we don't.
That is true. Actually.
And then we don't have to do this for like another month.
Yeah, because I need to work on my season character.
Normal season.
Yeah.
Lame. Well, because I was thinking since an hour video is usually like 2 episodes, depending on. I will probably try to cut it up to the bosses or something like that.
Yeah, just do like quick throughs through like this is where we're going.
Because like I like to have it around 10 minutes episodes, like slightly more. Usually works like up to 20. But I feel like in situations like when you and I have conversations, I feel like it's more... We're basically just sitting, hanging around. We're basically just doing normal hangout with recording.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. It's casual. You don't need to try hard or anything like that. It's just natural. Au naturel.
Like putting nurse fingers in the pooper. All natural.
I'm surprised you haven't got like follow-up appointments with her. Yeah, I'll take another one at 2 p.m, 3 p.m, 4 p.m.
Yeah, I have you touch my ass 3 times a day. It's too expensive, man. I can't afford that much touching.
To be honest, I wish I could afford that much touching.
Please,
take my money. Just touch me. Just touch me, please.
That's when
I don't ask for much in life.
That's when you know you're desperate. Just throw your wallet at someone, but you touch me.
Here's my bank card. Just do what with it you will. Just touch me, please.
I just have this image in my head of you like breaking your shirt open, like exposing your chest and running towards them with your head held like backwards. Just running.
What, like a gay Superman?
Yeah, well, without the flying. and like no, like I mean like full head twerked back, like, you know, looking upwards but running forward, and just like touch me, and they're just running in full panic, and you just throw money at them while you say touch
me like you rub your dogs.
Yes, rub me down like your pets. Sink those dirty mittens into my flesh.
I don't even care if you got 3 fingers, just do it. Yay, we're at the butcher.
Yeah, and usually I try to, now I have very little viewer interaction, but I always try to see what they like to see.
Yeah, and then work out.
Yeah, so I'm not just pushing out stuff that they don't want. Because like, if you have as many viewers as I have, it's like, if you want views, it's you gotta put out stuff that they want to see. Which I try. At least the AFH episodes are fairly popular. They're just hard to push out every week.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
But it's consistency, which is key.
Yeah. Well, I just maintain my every week schedule. It works. As I only time I will probably change it is if I get too stressful of a work, because I still did it back when I was a carpenter, so I mean, like, I can manage. I think the problem is just that my quality gone up too much, so I don't know if I can manage on that small amount of time anymore. Because like previously when I did especially gaming videos, I basically just cut them. In the very beginning, I didn't even do that. I basically put in an intro, and then it was just me talking for the whole period of the game, and then was an outro.
We're done! The act's done!
Oh, my legs. I just love how we both are like, oh, the excitement of finally ending this fucking horror.
Yeah, and then we still got, oh yeah, but we still got 4 more acts to do at some point.
Yes, eventually. It's been fun playing with you. My legs are killing me though.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go on to Overwatch now. I'm gonna have some fun.
But we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!
Aloha!
It's the wrong one.
I know.
Baby. How do I pick the baby up? Okay, I have the baby. Terrifying baby. Can I throw it? Yeah, ungratefully. I'm gonna kill this baby one day. This is what my mother did when I was a baby. Grab the baby.
It's all fine, fine.